Well, Ulysses, it's one of our favorite episodes to do, and that is mailbag episode.
We go from managerial talk to center field talk. It's going to be a good one, so let's get started right now.
You are Locked On Rays, your daily Tampa Bay Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, my name is Kevin Weiss.
I'm Ulises Sambrano.
And we're the host of the Locked On Rays podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Thank you for making us your very first listen every day. Be sure to check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Locked On Rays. You can also find us on all the other traditional podcasting platforms, as well as X and Instagram. And email us anytime, lockedonrays@gmail.com. Speaking of that, let's go in and get to these mailbag questions. This first one from Jonathan Johns, he actually has a two-part question, but we're going to save the second part of that two-part question to envelop in our next segment regarding Jose Siri. So the first part of what Jonathan has to say is this: a question surrounding Kevin Cash. When do you think that the Rays will extend Kevin Cash? I believe his contract is up after 2025. With so many players saying clubhouse culture is awesome, I would think this is a priority.
How much of a priority, 1 to 10, do you think it is for the Rays front office to extend Kevin Cash?
9.
9.
Yes.
Wow.
I think they want,
that's really high.
Based on the comments that Eric Neander and others have said, saying that what he did in 2023 was the best we had ever seen him do, that he continues to grow and evolve and become an even better manager, that I think that they want him to be the guy that, figuratively unlocks the gates to the new stadium. Let me put it like this. As long as Stu Sternberg is the owner of the Rays and Eric Neander is the general manager, or whatever title, the highest front office exec, because it's not general manager, I guess, Kevin Cash will be the Rays manager.
Now, his contract is up after 2024, but there is an option for 2025.
And is that a team option or a mutual option?
And the Rays restructured what was left on that deal in December of 2018, and they signed him to basically a 6-year extension worth $10 million that runs through 2024, but there is an option for 2025. So what is that option? If that 2025 option, does he want to test free agency? Like, where's his head to? Like, yeah, he might like it here.
Yeah.
But when Craig Counsell just pulled up, what was it? $8 million a season or something?
$8 million per year, which is just absolutely bonkers.
That's bonkers. I mean, you're Kevin Cash and you're looking at Craig Counsell making $8 million and you're not thinking, I mean, are the Rays not better than what the Brewers did in the National League?
I think there is some of that for sure, but I also think that there is some hometown discount quality and some comfortability factor with Kevin Cash, knowing who he works for and who he works with generally, and him being so tethered to the Tampa Bay area with family, relatives, friends, all that maybe $8 million per year would allow him to move or leave. But I think that there could be some workability, some creativeness to get a deal done. I just think that especially with all the transition that the Rays are going through, that they want Kevin Cash at least to somewhat see that through. And I know you've made up a really good point over the years that at some point a coach, manager, leaders messaging gets stale. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. And I think that everything I've heard about Kevin Cash consistently growing and evolving is good, but where I guess the way that the Rays do things kind of works to his favor of a message, even if it's the same message, not getting stale, is because there is always constantly roster churn and roster turnover and staff turnover as well. I mean, think about all the bench coaches and base coaches and coordinators and all that. I mean, it's because the guys just get other opportunities because, they did such a good job in a Rays uniform.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of helps helps him a little bit, as opposed to say he was working for a team that has, crusty, rich, entitled veteran stars that are like, okay, I'm tired of hearing this. I'm going to do my own thing.
Yeah. And I think that's a really great point with keeping the team fresh, not only with the players, because I mean, Madden was also the same thing. Like there were new players every year. Experience as much was with Kevin Cash with the poaching. Rocco Baldelli gone, Ozzy gone, and a bunch more gone in the coaching staff. So I think maybe that does help with it feeling fresher than usual. But yeah, everybody's messaging will get stale, no matter what. It's just like, when is that coming? Now,
right?
I agree with you. There is something about being home. There's something about knowing where to go, knowing that he can jog in St. Pete and not anybody's going to harass him or anything like that. Like, that's a pretty cool gig. And look,
I think he runs shirtless around the trop, in the
go.
mornings or whenever he has free time. Like he lives it up.
If you divide 10 million by year extension that he signed, that would be around 1.7 mil, 1.6 mil, 1.7 mil. That's really good money for anybody that's listening to this. That's really good money. But again, every man, every woman, every kid has a price. All of us have a price. All of us. What's Kevin Cash's price? To leave home, to leave comfortability. Is it 5 mil a season? Is it 9? Is it 10?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe, Andrew Friedman has an offer that can't be refused.
Buddy, like how much? God, I just had it. What Harold wants during arbitration? I think it was like 3.7 mil. I might be wrong, people. I'm just off the dome. 3.5 mil. If the Rays aren't willing to give that to Harold Ramirez, do you think they're willing to give that to a manager?
Well, considering that we once did an episode where people suggested that Kevin Cash was the face of the franchise, maybe so.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah.
Our choices were Brett Phillips, G-Man Choi, Kevin Cash. Face of the franchise is a freaking coach.
Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. That can't happen, people.
The Tampa Bay Cashes. Yeah. So I'm just going to let you simmer on that for a little bit. But
yeah, thank you.
I also think we should continue to harp and acknowledge what he did with a team that lost 3/5 of its starting rotation to season-ending injuries by early August, and then the whole Franco stuff.
Right.
But the Rays still continued to have the major's third best record from August 1st through the end of the season.
I think they want him back, and I think he wants to be back, but it's just a dollar price now. Because guys, like, if you
they
really
cleared off enough payroll to pay him, I would think.
Right. So, but what where's that line where he's going to be okay with saying no to $8 million from somebody?
Yeah.
Like, what is that line? 4?
And the other thing too is, which market is it in? $8 million in Milwaukee probably does go further than $8 million in Los Angeles or New York or Philadelphia or, insert major city,
True.
depending on the taxes and the way things are structured. That's a large component of it as well, I would think.
Yeah, that's true. So again, it's like everything in life. It's about money. So we'll see. I think it'd be really smart for them to come to an agreement, but when? Because
I would think before, because I don't think anybody wants it hanging over their head of, okay, is Kevin Cash going to leave? Is his option going to get picked up? I mean, his option would get picked up, I think, whatever the parameters are with that. But I think that you probably want to do it sometime this year or the off season of this year. So it's not something that either party is having to put too much thought into it. I mean, you want Kevin Cash just to do his job as opposed to have to think about
worrying about if he's going to have a job.
Yeah. So that's kind of the point there. I guess maybe look up and see where his previous extensions and options were agreed to. Like, was it during spring training?
December.
Okay. Then maybe December 2024 is when we find that out.
If you had to put green skittles on him signing a deal with the Rays before opening day of 2024, where would you lean?
Where would I lean or where would I go?
Both, but first lean.
Yeah, but first lean. How about this? I do the live read first, and then I'll answer the question.
There you go.
Oh, man. Too much to think about there. See, that's why just give me the contract so I can do the podcast here. All right. Happy Super Bowl to all who celebrate from FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. If you're like me, Super Bowl Sunday is all about scoring the best seat on the couch, grabbing your favorite football snacks, and placing some awesome bets. FanDuel has so many different ways for you to end the season with a W or 2 or 3. Not only can you bet on who will win Super Bowl 58, but FanDuel also has bets for which players will score a touchdown, how many points will be scored, and so much more. So, new customers, join today and you'll get $200 in bonus bets if your first bet of $5 or more wins. So just visit FanDuel.com/LockedOn, LOCKEDON to sign up. I'll repeat it again. That's FanDuel.com/LockedOn, LOCKEDON. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Ulises, can you reiterate the question regarding Kevin Cash and green skittles for me?
Where would you lean if I tell you, hey, he's going to sign an extension with the Rays before opening day 2020?
Before opening day, you cut off for a second. Before opening day 2024, opening day 2025?
24. Let's make it harder.
Ooh.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being 100%, that they get a deal done, I'll say 6. Look, we haven't had a lot of other news or action or money being spent by the Rays, so maybe this is what they're saving up for. This is their grand ta-da.
Okay. This is not real, but conspiracy theory. By the way, this is not real, but It's just a thought. Maybe there isn't going to be a deal because them have decided, let's figure out the big thing that's hanging over our heads right now. Mm-hmm. Let's figure that out first, because that affects us, the front office, and that affects you, Kevin Cash. And Kevin Cash is saying, that affects me very much, because I want to know what is going on there too. I want to know what I can look forward to, how the team is going to be. So, conspiracy theory, that's not true at all. Maybe that's why we won't see a deal being made before 2024 opening day.
And secretly, as great as Wander was on the field, certainly created some headaches for Kevin Cash.
He did. Remember the flip?
The flip, and then bad teammate. I mean, and I'm sure there's been other things that
Randy fight
they reported. Yeah, all that and more. Just think like Kevin Cash at, middle of the night waking up. What did Wander do? What did he get into now?
Yeah.
Just saying. All right. Next question, steering off that, or the second part of Jonathan's question, transitioning into a question from, I'm probably going to butcher this name, so please, Ulises, you might be able to lend a hand.
Yeah.
Sajan Mascar?
I would go Sejan.
Okay. Sajan Mascar?
Yeah, Mascar. Well, you know what?
So,
maybe he's a maybe he was a YouTuber, and maybe he can comment on. And if he's not, hit that like button, Sejan, and then comment on if we butchered it or not.
Please help me. I'm a gringo from the Midwest. What can I tell you? So Jonathan, what he says about Siri is Jose Siri has played well in the Winter League with a 412 on-base percentage, but with a 231 batting average. Do you think Siri will ever hit for a higher average? Is hitting for average still important? We'll transition that into Sejan's question. Hey guys, I am writing to you because I wanted to know your thoughts on Siri's future as a Ray and where he will go next.
Well, both of you, thank you so much for writing to us again. Well, I think this is Sejan's first time. Jose Siri, what's his future? Well, I think his future is pretty stable with the Rays. He is the center fielder for the Rays. Let me tackle each one. Awesome that he played in the Winter League. I think that little by little we're going to see a more acceptance towards teams, quote unquote, letting their players play more in the Winter League, because there used to be, I mean, from the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, really good quality players played in the Winter League. And people don't know this. Willie Mays played in the Winter Leagues. Pete Rose played in the Venezuelan Winter League. Barry Bonds played in the Venezuelan Winter League. Dave Parker played in the Venezuelan Winter League. Roy Halladay played in the Venezuelan Winter League. But as you can see, little by little, decade after decade, it became less and less of a thing. And now with, I think, the impact that the World Baseball Classic has had in the last 4-6 years, you have seen a little bit of a rise into guys playing in Winter League. And that's, I think, a really good thing, because you keep them on the field competing in shape. And a guy like Siri, I don't think that Siri is a guy, and Kevin, you can correct me if you have another perspective here, but I don't think Siri is the kind of guy that can just like stay still and chill for the 4 months and just not do anything.
No, I think he needs to be active, doing something on the go.
Yeah, all the time. And Isaac Paredes is playing in the Mexican Winter League, and his team from Hermosillo, they actually won their league, and he'll be representing his team in the Caribbean World Series, which will be hosted in Miami. So I think this is great. That's the first part. The second part is, do you think Siri will ever hit for a higher average? No.
I mean, you should just pencil him in for 220 to 227, which is fine because of all the power he brings, the base running acumen that he has, the elite defense. And look, we know that batting average has taken a back seat over the years to OPS plus, WRC plus, on base percentage. That's really what has me smiling, is the 412 on base percentage. I never really have or had an issue with Jose Siri's batting average. It was the fact that he had a 267 on base percentage this past year and struck out 36% of the time.
Wait, are you actually over reacting right now, or are you reading his actual on base percentage and strikeout rate? His strikeout rate was 35.7%. 35. Yeah. It was first percentile on Savant. 35% strikeout rate.
He swings and misses. He strikes out a lot, and he doesn't walk.
35% strikeout rate. And you said his on base was, again, repeat?
267 this past week.
Boys, with that speed, no, that can't happen. I'm sorry. That's why you work it in the winter league. That's why you go, hey, you've got homework, son, because you were awesome, but you can be better. You haven't even touched or smelled your ceiling. Jose Siri's ceiling hasn't even been written yet. This guy could be so good. With that speed on the bases, the problem is he's never on base. Yeah. And when he is on base, it's probably already second base.
And interestingly, his expected batting average is like 260 something, which I think the average expecting batting average is 300 on balls in play. Or his batting average on balls in play, I should say. I kind of got that mixed up. Okay. But you would think based on the type of athlete that he is, that when he puts the ball in play, that he would be on base a little bit more often, but that's not the case. Maybe he is just going for broke and swinging and launching balls, and a lot of them fall at the warning track or whatnot.
I would like to see the breakout between singles and doubles.
Yeah, but
it would be really interesting. Yes. Last thing, his question, is hitting for average still important? Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is important. At least to me. I know for you, Kevin, that it is as well. The thing is, we have switched perspectives. It used to be incredibly important, if not the most important. What's his batting average? Right. So that's no longer the case, and it should never have been the case. But to go from, hey, this was the most important stat, to, oh, that doesn't even matter, that's baloney. Do not listen to people that say the batting average is not important. They are wrong. Of course it's important. It's just not the whole picture. It's like if you're building a dinner for somebody, and then you're just like, here's a chicken. It's real nice chicken. Like, you're not only going to serve the chicken. Yeah, it's the protein. It's really delicious. You seasoned it really nicely, right? You put a little bit of adobo, a little pepper, maybe some oregano. Fine. But, give me some sides. Where's the salad? Where's the, the greens? Where's the mashed potatoes?
Mm-hmm.
You got to give me everything. And so that's the thing with batting average. Of course, it's important. It's just not the most important thing.
And we have to look at batting average in a different realm of what is the average batting average, because 15, 20 years ago, you would have said, or that would have been, 265, 270. Now it's 240, 245, 248. It's starting to elevate again based on the
new rules,
hitter-friendly rules changes. Last year was actually 248. Before that, it was 243, 244, 245. So it's not like Jose Siri is so far below the metric. And again, if we're talking about a guy who had you take what Jose Siri did last season, slap a 260 batting average and a 330 on base percentage, he might be getting MVP votes.
Yeah.
He had 25 home runs in 101 games. Not even mentioning anything about his defense. Just center fielders don't have that type of pop. That does not grow on trees from that up the middle position.
Yes or no question, because I know we're running long. Is the power real?
I think so.
If he plays more than 120 games, does he get 30 home runs?
I don't know if I want to go that far, but I would just say that if he played a relative full season of 140 games, I'm expecting 25 home runs at least.
Fair enough.
So I'll just put that out there. And then to help me with the name here. Sajan,
Sajan, yeah.
Okay, Sajan. To his question and point, look, I don't think there's any trouble or issue with Jose Siri being on the Rays for the next several years. He's arbitration eligible in 2025. He won't be a free agent until 2028. Not a lot of prospect competition for Jose Siri. I mean, there's a lot of infield prospects, but outfield prospects,
I don't know.
I mean, think about this. They're not going to keep Randy forever.
not gonna
So somebody's got to slot into.
That's right.
Where, look, you need more than 2, 3, 4 outfielders. So I think Siri is going to be okay. And then you look beyond that. I mean, all due respect to Tristan Peters and Cam Meisner and Jake Mangum and Nico Holsizer and Ruben Cardenas. I think, Siri, I don't want to say he's the center fielder of the future, but I think he's the center fielder of the present and
short-term future.
So the next couple years I could see. But as far as, a trade possibility, the Mariners, because they're always looking to trade with the Rays, the Dodgers, because they're always looking to trade with the Rays, and the Peter Bendix-led Marlins, who will be looking to trade with the Rays a lot. So probably one of those teams would wind up with Jose Siri at some point.
Last question before trivia. Is Jose Siri going to, starting 2024, not counting 2023, is Jose Siri going to be the center fielder with most games at center field for the rest of the Tropicana field lease, which ends after the 2027
of the
season.
Rays, but just
from 2024 until 2027 closure.
Yes.
Is Jose Siri going to be the number one at games appeared as a center fielder?
Yes, I will say yes.
Okay.
Where are you at?
Agreed.
Okay, cool. All right, baseball trivia, name that war. Funny enough, my baseball trivia question revolves around center fielders. Funny how that works out. My list is relatively lengthy. I have not even counted them up yet. Just as a little teaser here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 names, 14 individuals, 14 center fielders who have hit at least 350 homers in their career. I want you to name 5 of these 14 center fielders.
How many games as a center fielder should they have played?
I do not have that list in front of me, or I do not have that metric in front of me.
Okay.
But I will tell you that Baseball Reference, the lowest one is like 1,500 games. A lot of them are 2,000, 2,500 in that realm.
Fair. In the 1,500 games, it usually is like around 9 seasons. That's a pretty good size. So let's go with the obvious Willie Mays.
Number 1 on this list.
Let's go with number 2, KGJ. For those kids at home that don't know who that is, it's Ken Griffey Jr.
That would be correct. He's number 2 on this list with 630. Mays 660.
I want to go dark horse here just because I'm feeling fancy after 2 in a row. Does Mike Trout have enough? Let's go New Jersey.
Mike Trout was the man who got 361 homers in 1,489 games. He is on this list.
Okay. We're doing good, folks. We're doing good.
Really good.
All right, no strikes yet. Now we're gonna go center field. Who is big in center field? Let's talk it out, people.
Kevin Kiermaier's not on this list because it's not games missed. It's home runs.
Ooh, shade.
He might be on this list for games missed in his career. If it was just add them up.
Well, you know what? Now Kevin Kiermaier is never going to be on this pod.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He'll be on the Locked On Blue Jays. He likes that shade of blue.
He likes the Toronto Blue Jays. Let's go with Carlos Beltran.
He is number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on this list with 435. Need one more name.
One more name, people. Come on. Everybody settle down. Stop yelling at me. Stop writing snarky comments on YouTube. But do hit that like and subscribe button, please. Okay. Center field. center field. What are we missing here, folks? Let's go. Let's go by team. So, did Mickey Mantle always play right field? Or did he play center? Shenanigans. I'm blanking. But you know what? I mean, we've got enough. Mickey Mantle.
Mickey Mantle, number 3 on this list with 536. Very good.
Oh, nice.
That was a perfect game you launched there.
Let's go.
All right. Running through all these names, we have Mays, Griffey, Mantle, Andre Dawson, Carlos Beltran, Andrew Jones, Duke Snyder, Dale Murphy, Jim Edmonds. How did he not get more Hall of Fame votes? Anyway, Mike Trout, Joe DiMaggio, Torrey Hunter, Ellis Burks, Chili Davis.
Very nice. I think I would have gotten Andrew Jones. With 2 strikes, I would have protected and gone like, okay, come on. And then Andrew Jones would have popped up.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, very good.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, guess what? Mine is not Name That War, which, by the way, if you've never watched the show or segment before, Name That War is when we take a player from the past and then we try, using only our baseball archive mind, to guess that player's war according to Baseball Reference. And today we have Venezuelan bump, Alcides Escobar.
Oh,
What is his career war according to Baseball Reference?
Alcides Escobar. Yeah. He's no longer active, correct?
His last season was 2022.
Oh, Alcides Escobar. Probably played at least a decade in the bigs. I don't think. No, he never made an all-star appearance. Did he win a Gold Glove? Maybe. I'm envisioning a line. The average Escobar season was like 240 batting average with 11 home runs. I don't have much on Alcides Escobar, and I'm guessing he played for maybe a handful of teams here and there. I don't know whether to go. I'm kind of hovering the plank of single digits or double digits. So I'll just say 10. 10 career war for Alcides Escobar.
Holy bleep. Did you cheat?
I did not cheat. I promise. I don't have much on Alcides Escobar.
Alcides, a one-time All-Star, one-time Gold Glover, a 2015 World Series winner, an ALCS mother bleeping P, a career slashing of 258, 295, 345, an OPS plus of 74, a grand total of 45 home runs. But guess what? That doesn't matter when you have a ring that shiny. 10 war, exactly. Very well played, Kevin Weiss.
That might be a first, frankly.
That was pretty good.
I struck out on the All-Star Gold Glove, although I was kind of guessing one at the most for those. I forgot he played so many years in a Royals uniform. I think one thing that really helped him, he posted. There are a lot of years where he was giving you 162, 158. 3 years where he played every single game. That doesn't happen anymore.
Post. Love that.
Just for that, you earned your 10 war, whatever the numbers say. I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and we will talk to you next week.